Thank you. My name is Lisa Welshons, and I'm going to talk today about executing strategy at the front line. Don't touch it. Okay. Excuse me. So as leaders, our jobs are to help move our community, our organizations north, and we do that by helping provide direction to all of our employees, from our managers all the way down to our line staff, our servers, our housekeepers, and help provide direction for them to move north. To do that, we need to execute, and there are 3 key elements for execution. Focus, which means putting your critical priorities first. Measurement, tracking your progress and addressing outcomes. And finally, accountability, where we're going to assign work and ensure that it gets done. A quick exercise that you might want to go through as a leader is to pinpoint your priorities. What are your top 3 priorities? Identify them, and then identify the realistic percentage of probability of completion. Now we're going to shift to focus, that first element of strategy I talked about. Are you focused your time and energy in the right places? Are they on critical priorities? We all have distractions, but how quickly are you able to get refocused? Do you measure? Questions to ask yourself. I measure the right things so I know when my team has achieved priorities. I consistently use milestones to help my team and determine what needs to be adjusted. I establish deadlines and have clear definitions for those deadlines. And I hold people accountable. I make sure that each action is assigned to the appropriate team member. I establish monitoring and follow-up procedures for those team members. I provide coaching and feedback, and I provide clear direction so they know what they're accountable for. Back to focus. Focus means devoting our time to energy, attention, and time on what we have deemed to be most important. So where does my time go? We all have a whole host of areas that pull us every day, from mission critical to sometimes just fires we have to put out with our residents, with employees. So where does your time go? You need to keep track of your time and make sure that you're able to refocus quickly on, again, those mission critical activities to help drive your team forward. Overcoming focus challenges, we all have them, but ask yourself, do you do things that are urgent but less important? How do you manage those competing priorities? And how do you make those priorities more visible so your team knows what they need to be focusing their time on as well? To sharpen your focus, keep your community goals and your department goals and make sure that you know them. Understand how your team supports those goals and share that knowledge with your team. Make sure you know what's on track. Anticipate potential concerns. Be proactive. Balance your operational needs with leadership. And address urgent but non-priority items as needed, but be able to quickly refocus again on those, on your strategies. Ask yourself, what's on track and what's at risk? This is important to make sure that you're keeping on track with the goals that you've set forth. You can do that through measuring appropriately. And we're going to talk about different types of measures. There's progress measures that drive performance and outcome measures that show the results. It's important that you've identified specific metrics to measure your strategies and have a combination of both progress and outcome measures. Criteria for good metrics. They need to be objective, quantifiable, actionable, easy to implement, relevant, and consistently tracked. Some best practices in accountability. It's always good to hold one person accountable for each progress measure. Communicating accountability, including the consequences. Making sure that you have monitoring or follow-up methods, and offering feedback and coaching. Accountability really is about accepting responsibility for accomplishing work in support of our priority. Finally, just to emphasize again the importance of measurement, I'm going to end with a quote that perhaps what you measure is what you get, but more likely what you measure is all that you're going to get. Thank you.